Our next round is called Ring of Truth and utilises the groundbreaking notion of rewarding correct answers with points. Celebrity facts are what it's all about, but are they facts or fiction? Clouds were once removed from the sky so that Paul McCartney could perform Good Day Sunshine at a concert.
Sorry, what do you mean?
Well, you can move clouds if you really want.
What you do is, you can either fly a plane over it and drop silver oxide on it, or you can shoot a rocket into the cloud. You can basically steal other people's rain if you do that. The cloud's going over.
Is this a dream?
No, you can't.
So you're telling me that it's possible to move the cloud?
I think it's true. Yeah, you have to have a lot of money.
It might sound like a stupid question, but why would he move the cloud?
Well, because good day sunshine. It can't be good, bold, cloudy day sunshine.
Just the song's called Good Day Sunshine. Doesn't mean you have to have the cloud moved.
Yeah, but
when he sang Don't Let Me Down, did he gaffer tape himself to a lamppost?
It's like at my 21st, I didn't want clouds, so my dad had them removed.
What?
At my 21st, it was outside and we didn't have a marquee, so removed the clouds.
Yeah. Did he really? Did he send up planes?
You mean, yeah, 2 planes.
Did you honestly, at your 21st birthday, get a cloud moved?
No, I got more than one. There was... Oh, my God. The whole sky just over our house in Hampshire was blue.
Yeah?
Just to match my dress.
You spoilt bitch! That's incredible!
Just that was a lie. Of course my dad didn't have clouds removed and I never even had a 21st. God, you guys are so gullible.
I had the sun slightly shifted to the right, but not the clouds.
Tara, why have you started lying to your own teeth? Lying is a skill that's useful in this game, but you've found a way of using it that doesn't help you.
It's called weather modification, is what they call it.
What I don't understand about that is Paul McCartney is doing this concert for money, isn't he? He's doing a musical tour for money. Yes. That's his job. People are going to turn up to watch him sing Good Day Sunshine, whatever the weather. Why is it worth his while to spend $40,000 getting rid of the clouds? You could have asked the crowd, look, I've got 25 grand here. We can either get rid of the clouds or it's vodka for everyone. It's always sunny when you're pissed.
But to your answer.
The fact is, you definitely can do it. The question is, did Paul McCartney have it done for this
honestly,
one day
and they were removed at my 21st. I just didn't like it when you said spoilt bitch, so I lied. But yeah, it was a double bluff. But yeah, I think
you did have it done, really?
Yeah.
OK, well, so we can keep it in, because I don't want to lose that story. I'd like to redress my comments.
No, it's true.
That's a really good idea. Well done for being so wealthy.
Did you really have that, though?
Yeah, you could do it. You don't need a big old Gulfstream, just a little plane. To be honest, actually, it's not a thing about being rich.
It's slightly to do with being rich. If you get a plane to move a cloud, surely.
I'm saying it doesn't have to be a Learjet. I mean, we live on a farm.
As opposed to these council estate Cessna-like aircraft, you mean?
Do you think some of the problems of drought in Africa have been caused by too many people having 21st birthday parties too close to each other?
So, David, what are you thinking?
I think it's eminently plausible, unless my team overrules me.
Well, I'm going to remain silent, and if you're wrong, I'm going to really be furious with you.
OK, so no pressure. They're saying it's true. Lee?
Well, what do you think, Tara? What are we saying?
I think it's true.
Okay.
He mustn't use my plane.
I think it's absolute rubbish.
Well, I'm going to go with Tara, because if she knows about moving weather, I'm going to go with that.
You want to marry me now?
Can I just say, hand on heart, without a hint of irony, you are, without doubt, the most frightening person I've ever met.
I've always been like this. My grandparents were brother and sister.
That's more extraordinary than any fact we've had on the show so far. Are you saying it's true or untrue?
I'll go with Crazy Lil and say...
and say it is...
I'll say it's absolutely spiffing well true.
OK, and I can tell you that it is absolutely true. Well done. Yes, it's true. Paul McCartney did have clouds removed so he could perform Good Day Sunshine at a concert. Later that same concert, the audience asked to have its ears removed before he performed the frog chorus.
Despite the cost, however, NASA does need to test these engines once in a while. So they built this place in the wetlands of Mississippi. The first thing they installed was a huge loudspeaker, through which they played white noise to simulate the sound of a rocket. They then sent a number of trucks in different directions out into the wilderness, and the drivers were ordered to stop when the noise levels became acceptable. This gave them an imaginary boundary line, and anyone living on the inside of it was offered a simple choice. Stay, and you'll never hear another television program as long as you live. Or take the NASA shilling and get out. No one stayed, and NASA ended up with exactly what it wanted. 125,000 acres of nothing. They even had to move 5 cemeteries, because the noise they were planning on making would wake the dead. Don't worry if you can't hear what I'm saying. I couldn't even hear myself. This is the loudest sound you could possibly conceive. And, as it turns out, the cleanest. Now, the most amazing thing is that that cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor. And in about an hour's time, someone in Mississippi is going to get wet washing. It will actually rain. I told you! It's raining! That's unbelievable! Oh, NASA's playing God! It's making its own weather!
It's obvious now that artists are supposed to own their master recordings. I mean, in the future, it'll be unconscionable to even think you can take somebody's creation and claim ownership of it. See, unfortunately, this discussion is going to start to barrel into a discussion about the human genome and the DNA and all the rest of it. When it gets there, then we're going to be in the deep water. See, so it's better to start the conversation now before we get into God talk, you know?
There are 4 songs that I want to ask you about, and I did what I have never done before, which is to actually print these lyrics out. Some of them, since the record is so new, I'm learning some of them. I got some of them memorized.
Who gave you the lyrics, though? I've seen some really strange rewrites of my stuff.
Well,
I've seen one time they said the lyrics to When Doves Cry was, dig if you will the picture of me, Marvin Gaye, and the kids.
Well, you know what?
And then there was another one. This person will go unnamed.
Yes.
She didn't speak the English language too good.
Right.
She had a really cute daughter, so that's why we was acquaintances.
Yeah.
But she swore up and down, Little Red Corvette was pay the rent, collect.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
So you need to let me check that.
Yeah.
person.
You know, I'm a fast learner, so I'm not going to read none of these on the air. I'm just going to ask you about the songs and about the lyrical content. And for those who don't have the record, you can go to lotusflower.com and get it. And follow along at home, even if you're 2 or 3 days late, you can play this back and follow along. In no particular order, since we mentioned Dreamer first, tell me about Dreamer.
Oh, well, when I saw the State of the Black Union, Dick Gregory really moved me and a lot of my friends. I show it to everybody that comes over the house, especially white folks, because they need to hear that, you know, so that they know more about all of us. Because what he said affects all of us. He said something that really hit home about this phenomena of chemtrails. And, you know, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time, and say, oh, that's cool. A jet just went over. And then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And the next thing you know, everybody in your neighborhood was fighting and arguing, and you didn't know why. Okay, and you really didn't know why. I mean, everybody was fighting. So he started riffing about the chemtrails, and he started to say things that hit home so hard, and I would recommend that everybody try to get what he said online or wherever and try to get a copy of it and just listen to it. Because I was so moved that I had to write the song.
It can tonight reveal the true extent of germ warfare tests carried out in the southwest. Government documents show much of North and South Devon and parts of Somerset were used for experiments similar to those conducted off the Dorset coast during the 1960s.
An independent inquiry has already been ordered into the Dorset trials to determine whether or not they've affected people's health. In a few minutes, we'll be speaking exclusively to the man in charge of this inquiry. But first, our environment correspondent, Simon Hall, has this special report, which includes film of the trials never previously seen on television.
The germ warfare trials carried out in the 1960s and 70s were highly secret. This, previously unreleased film of the experiments as they happened. Their existence was revealed last year when secret documents were declassified. They were thought to be carried out mainly in Dorset. A spotlight investigation has, though, discovered they were far more widespread than was previously thought. Other trials tested how the germs would survive in different conditions in different areas. These were based not on releasing a gas, but instead on exposing a narrow thread of material coated with E. coli to the air. These tests were carried out in January 1967. The threads were exposed first from a ship just off Ilfracombe, then on 5 other sites running through Somerset down to the sea off Dorset.
I think people, when they come to hear of this, will be concerned. For instance, I was in my 20s at this time, in the 60s, and I was just getting married, starting up a family. They'll be worried, will this have any implications on their health or the health of their children?
Concerns have been raised that the tests may have harmed people's health. In East Lulworth, in Dorset, 21 families say they have experienced miscarriages and children being born handicapped and with other health problems. Robin Southey was one of the scientists who carried out the experiments. His widow, Anne Reed, is pressing the government for a full investigation into the trials. For Robin Southey died at the age of 33 from a rare disease which led to a perforated stomach. His immune system was said to be almost ineffective. The couple had 2 sons. One died at 17 from a brain tumour. The other suffers serious health problems. Their daughter is healthy.
I was devastated. We had 3 little children. And with hindsight, there were questions I should have asked. But what else do you do when you've got 3 little children waiting at home and you have to go home and say, sorry, Daddy isn't coming home. He isn't better. And our lives were turned upside down.
The government has always maintained the trials were safe.
Dieses Regengebiet, das wird langsam weiter nach Osten ziehen, teilweise wird Schnee draus. Hier im Süden, da ist es nur noch Schnee und dann haben wir noch etwas, was wir nicht als Regen oder Schnee identifizieren können. Hier im Westen diese Schlangenlinien, das haben wahrscheinlich am Nachmittag über der Nordsee ein paar Flugzeuge, Militärflugzeuge rausgebracht. Und in etwa 5 bis 6 Kilometer Höhe, hat mit Wetter so nichts zu tun. Ja, wie geht's weiter? Nachts Frost zwischen -1 und
radar imagery over the past 3 hours, and this is from more than likely military exercises going on in a designated area off the coast of Key West now. What they do is they sometimes throw some materials in the air that are supposedly non-toxic, and it does show up on the radar. What they use it for is deflecting radar beams for disguising themselves, usually ships or aircraft in this case. And you can see that this is just not a rain pattern that you would normally expect with a frontal system. Now, the visible satellite imagery will confirm that. We look down there for any kind of clouds, and you don't see any out there. So obviously not rain, false echoes from that, again, more than likely military exercises going on down off the coast of the Key West area. Water vapor imagery showing the dry air in place now all across
In Southern Oregon and Northern California, we've got a bit of an unusual situation. Now, this first portion of the radar cycle, fairly bland and typical, but then you see these bands of very distinct cloud cover moving into the region. That is not rain, that is not snow. Believe it or not, military aircraft flying through the region is dropping chaff. Small bits of aluminum, sometimes it's made of plastic or even metallicized paper products, but it's used as an anti-radar issue, and obviously they're up there practicing. Now, they won't confirm that, but I was in the Marine Corps for many years, and I'll tell you right now, that's what it is.
Yeah, I was born in a concrete jungle, born to a system that just don't care. Surrounded by warfare and corruption, a place where chemtrails pollute the air. There's no getaway from the chemical trails what them spray. There's no getaway, polluting the atmosphere every day. There's no getaway from the poisonous toxin that left the sky gray. There's no getaway. Me wonder if they really wanna hear what me say. I spy with my little eye chemtrails everywhere, all across the sky. Billions of people, them bound to die. The soil, them polluting the trees, them a cry. Round the world for them planes, them a fly. With dangerous toxins for kill I and I. Like barium, arsenic and aluminium and mercury, boron and them titanium. Goodness is a Babylon, I try to block out the sun. Got them chemtrails connected to them heart system. They a control the weather across the nation, and they give the people false information. With them harp system, them causing a quick and tsunami, hurricane, tornado, Babylon, and a massive army. And soon them a go send no feed them, please and feed them mommy. It's clear to see them wanna harm we. There's no getaway from the chemical trails what them spray. There's no getaway, polluting the atmosphere every day. There's no getaway from the poisonous toxin that left the sky gray. There's no getaway. Me wonder if they really wanna hear what me say. Yo, in the year them a spray aluminium. Said they want the population to a minimum. Plane tanks with arsenic, them filling up. Fly round the world, plenty people, them killing them. And them looking at me like the villain on. With them a look for kill about 5 billion. From Brisbane, Australia, back to Brazilian. Them want to kill off the innocent. There's no getaway from the chemical trails what them spray. There's no getaway, polluting the atmosphere every day. There's no getaway from the poisonous toxin that left the sky gray. There's no getaway. Me wonder if they really wanna hear what me say. Chemtrails spread through the rain and the breeze. It make you start cough, it make you start sneeze. In fact, it's responsible for many of disease and cancers, heart pain, depression and fatigue. Same for the soil, it's the same for the trees. I know what I'm talking is hard to believe, that we can't trust even the air that we breathe, that we can't trust information we receive, that billions should have never pass and bereave. And them don't give a damn about the baby what Eve. They're telling us license Adam and Eve. The truth will make you heave. There's no getaway from the chemical trails what them spray. There's no getaway, polluting the atmosphere every day. There's no getaway from the poisonous toxin that left the sky gray. There's no getaway. Me wonder if they really wanna hear what me say. I was born in a concrete jungle, bound to a system that just don't care. Surrounded by warfare and corruption, a place where chemtrails pollute the air.